China is preparing for war. It is building an entire city for this purpose, about 30 kilometers southwest of Beijing. A new military complex is coming up. They're calling it the Beijing Military City. Construction is already underway, and like most things Chinese, the scale is dramatic. It's a massive facility, some 1,500 acres in size, that is 10 times bigger than the Pentagon. The Pentagon, as you would know, is the headquarters of the U.S. Defense Department. It is effectively the American Defense Ministry. Going by some claims, the Pentagon is larger than 100 American football fields. And Beijing's military city will be 10 times bigger than that. So you can imagine the scale. This is said to be the world's largest military command center, and it's going to be an underground facility complete with large and hardened bunkers and deep underground tunneling. Heavily reinforced concrete is being used for construction. They say it will be a foolproof facility, one that can survive even a nuclear attack. China is making sure of that, of surviving nuclear attacks and strikes from powerful American weapons like the famous bunker buster munitions. So this facility would have everything that the Chinese military and its commander-in-chief Xi Jinping may need. He could practically run a war out of there. Observers agree with this assessment. They say this complex is set to become China's wartime command center. It can replace the existing Western Hills complex. That's a Cold War-era facility. It is China's existing wartime headquarters. This one is near Beijing. So why does China want a bigger complex now? Because it wants to be seen as a major military power. It wants an office that fits the description. So construction began last year. Reports say there are 100 cranes working at the site, 100 cranes. There are warning signs around it. Photographs are not allowed here, nor can you fly drones near the site. Access to the area has been completely blocked. Checkpoints have been installed to restrict the movement of people. This is an area through which people used to go hiking. But now those routes have been shut. China has been actively trying to hide this project, but now it's all over the headlines, which should not be surprising. Because when you're building a facility that is 10 times bigger than the Pentagon, someone will eventually find out. This project, its size, scale, and scope, reflects China's military ambitions. Beijing wants to challenge America's military might. China already has the world's biggest military, with the highest number of active military personnel. The PLA has 2 million active troops. It also commands the world's largest naval fleet. China is closing the gap in the air as well, with new 6th-generation fighter jets. It is also expanding its nuclear arsenal. Beijing is building more nukes. The US sees this as a growing threat. It predicts that China will have 1,500 warheads by 2035, which is the same number as the United States. And this new facility is part of those same military upgrades. It was a missing piece for the PLA. It will serve as a centralized hub with new and advanced command and control systems. Military operations can be coordinated from here, that too across different branches of the PLA, as well as the theater commands. More importantly, if there is a nuclear attack, this facility will protect China's leadership. Now, we don't know what kind of arrangement they already have in place for something like this, but nothing comes close to the size and scale of the Beijing military city. It is large enough to protect the entire command and control structure of the Chinese state. And it is China's rivalry with the United States that is driving this project. But India should not ignore this either. It cannot ignore China's rapid military advancements. Unlike the US, India's military challenge from China is more immediate. India shares a border with China, a disputed border which witnessed a military clash barely 5 years ago. India must take note of China's build-up and plan aggressive military upgrades. Perhaps tomorrow's budget will address this urgent need.